and it feels like, so I feel like Card 505. I'm listening into some of the radio messages. There are some radio messages back and forth mentioning Card 505. I'm not sure exactly what that's about, but could the stewards be looking into whether they're pushing or whether they're knocking or anything like that? We'll have to see. But at the moment, things look quite tasty in this lead battle. Now, looking behind him, and is he? Yeah, I thought for a half second there he was going to go for the overtake, but bouncing over the curbs there is Team Kyrgyzstan. I don't think that's the fastest way around the track, but if you really want to put pressure and if you want to try and straight line that corner as much as possible, that's what you're going to have to do. And let's see as they exit this last corner whether we see them as we wait for those carts to come back into view. There we are. So it looked like there was definitely something that happened in that last corner. I think we just missed it. Looking behind him is Team Pakistan, and into the first corner, and there you go. Oh, fully locked up there, and straight past into the lead goes Team Kyrgyzstan, but at what cost? Because that was a full-on lock-up by the looks of things. You could see the tire smoke coming from the cart and goes straight into the side of Team Pakistan. Team Pakistan driver's hand went up almost immediately to say, what is this? And that's going to be very interesting to see how things pan out, because I'm sure the stewards are going to have a look at that. That was definitely not a clean overtake. So stewards are going to have a look at that. But what's done is done, and it has to be said, Team Kyrgyzstan is looking very strong right about now. Right. So it's a lot of action happening already, but we've got some action happening in the pits as well, and I believe we have some interviews ready to play for you. And we just have, yes, and as we'll just have an interview from the Paddocks, a short highlight clip from the Paddocks. Let's play that now.
What's your name? Tanasha. Tanasha, how old are you?
8.
You're 8 years old. So what got you into go-karting?
Well, I had a race. I raced when I was small, when I was 5.
Wow.
For experience, and then I liked it, and then I started training
Yeah.
with
So-
one of my friends.
That's pretty cool. So how often do you train?
Really rare. On Sundays, I do every Sunday.
Every Sunday. That's quite the commitment. So did you ever think that one day you're going to be taking part in an event on a global stage?
Yeah.
Yes? Are you very happy to be representing Sri Lanka?
Yeah.
Yes? So, of the countries to beat, who do you think is the biggest challenge right now?
India.
India. All right. But you're confident you can do good? Yes? So what about mom and dad? They're being very supportive?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you happy to be here?
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Awesome.
And that was Tanasha Radella representing Team CMSC from the karting cadet category. What she failed to mention is she's one of my trainees, actually, and it's great to see her on the world stage as well. And I'm sure this is just the first of many events that she's going to be taking part in. Right, what have we been witnessing? Well, now we've been focusing on the lead battle, the lead two. Team Pakistan desperate now. You can see from the body language of him in the kart, he just wants to get past or retake that lead position from Kyrgyzstan. He's ducking himself. He's crouching down in the kart, wanting to try and make his kart go as fast as possible. But has to be said, A, I think that overtake is going to be reviewed by the stewards, and B, all said and done, Team Kyrgyzstan is maintaining that lead and they have managed to build up a little bit of a gap. Either way, there's a huge gap between P1 and P2 and the rest of the field. Uzbekistan in P3 are about 10 to 15 seconds behind by the looks of things. And everyone else seems to be fairly closely matched in that midfield. That midfield looks to be almost as if they're in some kind of whatever the equivalent of a DRS train is to karts. As you can see, there you go. As I say it, just all over the place. And there we go, bumping. There you go. There's an overtake just outside of the of the downhill chicane. And once again, a reminder to all competitors and their family members who are here today. If you're listening in, please join us to have the pleasure of having you at the formal ceremony of the APMC 2025 at the Grand Marquis area at the Center Island. So after all the racing is done, please, you and your family members, please make your way to the formal ceremony, which will be taking place at the end of the day for APMC 2025, located at the Grand Marquis in the Center Island. That's just in the center of the track as you enter the restaurant. Cheeky little wave there from Team Kyrgyzstan, potentially to their teammates or to some of their supporters or spectators in the crowd. He's obviously very happy with himself, and so rightly so, because he's leading the race. Currently 14 laps down, and we have 1 hour 43 minutes left for the action. A little bit further back as we go back to the leading pair, but if we can maybe stay with the as we concentrate on the leaders from Kyrgyzstan and Pakistan. And there we see some more action in the midfield. Diving down the inside there. We can just stick with this. Yeah, so this, if we can... Okay, back to the leaders. Team Kyrgyzstan still in the lead. We still have 1 hour 38 minutes to go, with 18 laps down. And there we see kart 509. Which was Chinese Taipei, being followed by Hong Kong, China. And we see glimpses of action there, but we're back to the leaders, which is Team Kyrgyzstan and Team Pakistan. Right, so CMSC teams 1 and 2 are now at the back of the grid, so I'm wondering whether they've had their pit stops and we missed it. That's something that we need to try and figure out. But in the meantime, Kyrgyzstan and Pakistan are in the lead with 20 laps down. 1 hour 36 minutes already gone. As we see, this is the battle we really want to focus on, and all sideways was a kart there, and we cut away from it just a little bit soon, but there we have some bumping next to each other. If we can stick with this action, I think we can get a lot more action on the screen here, because there seems to be quite a few quite a bit of jostling around amongst the karts here. Right, so that is believe the team CMSC is now showing as the leaders of the race, but now they're dropping back down. I think there might be a small technical error there. In the meantime though, Team Kyrgyzstan and Team Pakistan are still in the lead as we keep following Team Kyrgyzstan. And there you see Team Maldives in a battle with Hong Kong, China. Teams 1 and 2 actually. And there you see both of them overtaking there on the Maldivian team. Quite double overtake there, either side, reminiscent of Mika Hakkinen and Michael Schumacher at Spa. Kind of. And another hand signal there from Team Kyrgyzstan. Team Pakistan still having to settle for P2 for the time being. See Maldives and FMSCI team now getting ahead of the Maldivian team. Hong Kong China team 2 and Hong Kong China team 1 in 5th and 6th place. And we once again switch back to Team Pakistan. Right, so following on. So we have Hong Kong China Team 1 in 4th place here, FMSCI in 5th place, and REM Maldives in 6th. They've been swapping places for these past few laps. And there we see another overtake there on the inside of corner 3. And the pit window is open, I am told. As we now see a gaggle of carts coming down. So we have a 4-car pack there, fighting each other. Now 24 minutes left to go and 30 laps remaining, or rather 30 laps completed. The pit window is open. Team Kyrgyzstan still leading with Team Pakistan in P2. Now we see the gaggle of karts with the Chinese Taipei Team 1, FMSCI Team 2, Chinese Taipei Team 1, and basically Chinese Taipei and looks like FMSCI. Both their teams seems to be battling each other very close on track in P70, AP9, as we once again switch back to Team Kyrgyzstan, who are leading this race. And then this is the battle we want to have a look at, as we see quite a bit of action. So Team Bangladesh getting caught up in that as well. Team Bangladesh, Team Chinese Taipei 1, FMSCI Team 2 and Chinese Taipei Team 2 as well seem to be battling each other quite hard, and as they go down into that first corner, there's another bit of contact by the looks of things. Hard to see from this angle, but yeah. And we see, and just follow along the leader of this race, AMS Kyrgyzstan. Oh, and some huge collisions there, and they almost take out the leader there. By the look of things, some very vigorous waving of the hands there. If we could get a closer look to see which two karts that was. And yeah, they look quite good. So cart 507 looking back. We want to look a little bit further back to see what number was on the cart there. And we can't see it because... Okay, can't quite see, but yeah, those two karts there. As we once again follow on the leader, cart 505. But yeah, who was that? It looks like cart 500 and 508. So that would be Team Bangladesh and Chinese Taipei Team 1. Very, very close to taking out the leader then. And once again, they're back side by side. And let's see what happens. Oh, they're going very close. Just look at the top of your screen right now as we want to see what's happening up top. And yeah, that's Team Bangladesh and Team Chinese Taipei 1. And a little bit of argy-bargy there. So no blue flags in this race, so the leader will have to try and get through the back markers by himself, which introduces a different element of, well, let's say, unpredictability into this race, as you see him now going down the inside of cart 507, which is CMSC Team 2. They were also caught up in some of that wheel, not quite wheel banging, but let's say protection barrier banging. But they sensibly let Team Kyrgyzstan, who are currently leading the race, get through. 1 hour, 20 minutes left to go, with 34 laps down. has to be saying, Team Kyrgyzstan is taking curb quite aggressively on the entry to the that lower complex there in that downhill chicane. In an endurance race, you also want to be kind to your kart, and you want to try and make sure that its life is extended as much as possible. Whenever we were doing the endurance races, we like to stay off the curbs as much as possible, so as to avoid unnecessarily risking bending of steering rod or anything like that, maybe upsetting the carburetor, or risking a jumped chain or a bent axle, anything like that. You want to try and avoid any impact or any jolts, any shocks to the car, as we see going on the inside and rubbing and pushing very wide. There is Team Kyrgyzstan. He's trying to signal that he's a lap ahead and that he's now a lap down. But yeah, so that is, I think, trying to signal to the FMSCI Team 2 there. As Team Kyrgyzstan now gets on to moving through some of the lapped carts. Now going down the inside once again, Team Kyrgyzstan. Some contact there though between CMSC Team 1 by the looks of things. Team 505 doing their best to try and, or rather Team Kyrgyzstan in car 505 trying their best to get past everyone. And we also just quickly move to karting slalom, which has started. So this is a different discipline, which is part of the Asia Pacific Motorsports Championship. Karting slalom, once again, of course, using these karts and that principle of arrive and drive is more precision based. It's not just outright speed. As we see, little bit of communication there between the two drivers. I think kart 509 there being told that the kart 505, which is Team Kyrgyzstan, is leading the race, and just trying to make that clear. But yes, so karting slalom has commenced. So it's using the same premises as the same location as Auto Gymkhana, which was concluded in the morning. That was the AAGC championship that concluded this morning. And we've now moved on to the APMC slalom category. And just wait for that to come on screen in a little bit. So we see a little bit of defensive driving there from two drivers, or from one of the drivers, and one driver trying to overtake. And yes, karting slalom is another discipline introduced when we started this Asia Pacific Motorsports Championship 2 years ago, and a popular one returning for this year. Drivers will have to navigate through a series of different obstacles set out by cones, and of course the fastest time wins, but the catch is if you hit a cone you then get a 2-second penalty. So hopefully we'll be able to get that in on screen in a little bit. Meanwhile, Team Kyrgyzstan continues to lead the endurance race. So there we see karting slalom taking place. And again, huge number of entries. I think about 41 to 42 drivers taking part in karting slalom. We have both male and female categories. So the driver being lined up on the start line, and I'll guide you through the course in just a little bit. I managed to test the karts this morning on this very course, as well as yesterday morning. Of course, through the rain as well, through the water puddles and the various debris that had been left overnight due to the torrential rainstorms. But there you have an aerial view of this karting slalom course. So if you have a look there, so you start and you go straight, you turn left, and then there's a slalom where you have to go either side of the cones, left and right. So start there, and already one cone hit for him there. So if it moves outside of the marked box, then it's a penalty. If you touch it, it should be. If you just brush it, it's fine. But if the cone physically moves, it's a problem. So through the box corner there. Now this is a little bit tricky. This is a Z, more or less, so you have to sort of skip one and come back, and then you come here, you turn right, and then you turn left. That's right, he's got this right, but this is very confusing when you're behind the wheel. Now he has to turn left again, now he has to turn right, and come back and come straight through this obstacle, right, and then, yes, that's right, all the way straight through, and then make another hard right there, right, and then you go straight here, and you turn a left, loop around, and straight through again. Then you have to enter this and enter the cone from the left hand side, go around the set of cones there, and the opposite side this time you enter it from the right. So there you go, he does that, he loops around that, goes straight, and then we have another box corner to finish. A little bit of a slalom there, and yellow flag waves there to indicate that one of the cones or one of the cones may have been touched there. And then there's a stop cone there. The stop cone, I believe, carries a 5-second penalty. So that is your karting slalom course. Beautifully laid out and beautifully in view there with that drone shot. So yeah, every cone hit carries a 2-second penalty. Or rather, every cone dislodged carries a 2-second penalty. And yes, it's quite interesting form of karting as well. Very different from this outright racing on this fast speed-based circuit, but it's still something that tests your memory, tests your precision, your skill, and your maneuverability. Very similar to Auto Gymkhana, just in the karts. So something that discipline that I actually enjoy a lot. So still leading is Team Kyrgyzstan, followed by Team Pakistan. A little bit of a bump and on the rear, and as they pass, so Team Kyrgyzstan trying to make their way through the field now, but coming up against some of the back markers or some of the slow carts which are going to go a lap down. So it always happens, but without blue flags, sometimes you do have to get your elbows out, so to speak, as you're getting past all these other carts, because you have your race to continue, but not quite so. It's still being noted by the stewards, rather. So it's that's the FMSCI team, one of the FMSCI teams. Just having a look there at the engine. And we have another Paddock interview lined up. And let's head over there.
So Tanasha's dad, what's your name?
Tushira.
Tushira.
Yes.
Tushira, very nice to meet you.
Pleasure meeting you.
So, what made you, get Tanasha into racing?
Nothing specific, but she loves speeds
All
from
right.
from her small days.
Okay.
So, and I did take it seriously at that time, but then I took her to Speedway for a couple of days.
Okay.
She loved the sport and she loved the speed.
Okay.
So then I thought, okay, why not give it a shot? I mean, she must start young if she wants to go in this path.
All right.
So she's still 8. So thought of like, this race is for her to get some experience.
That's brilliant. So it's very rare in a country like Sri Lanka where they encourage youngsters, especially female youngsters,
Yes.
to do something like this. So what take do you have on that?
Yes, because the pathway in this sport for girls is tough because not only the competition, biologically you need to be very fit to do this, but now women in Formula 1 is coming up strongly in the world.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, women also can do it. So I have 2 daughters, so I'm just supporting them to do it.
Very good, very proud dad indeed. All right, so thank you so much for your time,
Thank you.
and thank you more than anything for encouraging your daughter to take part.
Thank you.
Great, thanks.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Okay.
All right.
And back to the karting endurance with 1 hour to go, 50 laps down, and Team Kyrgyzstan still in the lead, now with Team Uzbekistan in P2. Team Pakistan is in P3, and Team Hong Kong China is in P4. We have the Van Maldives team in P5, FMSCI in Team 1 in P6, FMSCI Team 2 in P7, Chinese Taipei Team 1 in P8, and we have a pit stop. So, pit stop window opened earlier, and now it looks like at the 1 hour mark we have our first pit stop. And hopefully get to see which kart that is. We have the first of our pit stops. So you have a mandatory pit stop in this 2 hour endurance, and you also have the need to do at least one pit stop and use both of your drivers. So teams consist of 2 drivers, so both drivers need to run in this 2 hour endurance. So that's why you have that mandatory pit stop. But interestingly, the pit window is not, or rather the pit stop time has a minimum time of 3 minutes, as opposed to with some of the other disciplines where you'd obviously expect fast pit stops or pit stops that are as fast as usual. That's because you do kart changes in this format of karting endurance. Rather than going for tire swaps and refueling, you simply change the kart at a randomly assigned, there's a random allocation, and each driver picks their baluster weights that they are assigned, and after 3 minutes is over, they get the go-ahead and they can go out and rejoin the track. So there you go. Car number 107 re-entering the track. So a lot of cars seem to have pitted around the same pit window. You can see it's a hive of activity there in the pits. Strategy is being discussed. Team managers also getting involved, trying to figure out what the best strategy is and how we can get our drivers out faster. So I will be handing over to Rukshan, who's down at the karting slalom, and he'll take you through the rest of the endurance as well, because I'll be heading down for the opening ceremony formal event in just a little bit. So I shall see you there if you're at the track. If not, I will catch you again tomorrow. This has been Sam D. Smith signing off for today. Rukshan, over to you.
We are back live with karting slalom, and that was competitor number 6 completing her second run. We wait for the next driver. She did it. She did the second run quite cleaner. I mean, a little bit of oversteering moments. Next competitor on track on this Asia Pacific Motorsports Championship 2025, Sri Lanka. Happening this weekend here at Bandaragama Speedway by Pearl Bay. This is on a daily basis. It's the car park for the Pearl Bay Water Park. And today it has been converted into a karting slalom course, obstacle course. Asia Pacific Motorsport Championship 2025 is brought to you by Slalom Motorsports Club, the pioneering and the oldest motorsports club in the country since 1954 September, and just 91 years into their anniversary. Look what we have here. The weather has held up and it has been very favorable to all the karters out there on the main track, because two strokes are extremely fast and extremely dangerous to run on wet surface, even though they would run on the rain tires. Under braking is going to be extremely challenging. Here we have the driver is ready for the second run. She's off. Looks like a junior. Could be a girl or a boy. Look at that. That's the tougher course. It's very difficult to get it right. Right-hander and another one. 90-degree left-hander. Once again, he has to do the same thing. And come back. Take what appears to be a double knotted Z from a certain angle. A lot of tire scraping going on. Conditions are dry. A lot of oversteering. Nevertheless, well controlled there. Good control of speed and power. Oh, that was... Aha! There he clipped the cone. And not just clipped, he decided to take the easy way out. Finishes the run there. Coming back for the second run. A new driver coming back for the second run. So they get 2 runs. Karting slalom is excellent to train young racing minds. The body and mind is trained on exercises like this. FIA constantly keep on introducing and upgrading skill development programs, and slalom is one. Here we have a beautiful drone shot pursuing the kart. Look at that course. It's very challenging, don't you see? Wow, that's a very low flying. Oh, he clipped 3 cones there. Quite unfortunate, being a bit eager, losing complete control of the kart. Here he goes through the Z, the double knotted Z, and entry and exit back into the parking lot. There you go, parking slot. Beautiful, nicely done. The second run was better. However, he still clipped 3 cones, hence the demerit points. Here we have the next driver on track. What you're witnessing is Asia Pacific Motorsports Championship 2025 karting slalom in operation. And while we speak here, the main track is coming into the final moments of the 2-hour endurance. About good 45 minutes remaining. Yellow flags go. That was the end of the first run. He would get a run number 2. He would get his second chance. That's Lisa with the checkered flag in hand. That's Lisa Ville. At least one of the 2 sisters are to be seen in any and every single motorsports event with the mother. We didn't see the mother today much. Ashanti. Here we have the next driver. Actually, the same driver taking the second run. And we have a close pursued by the drone. Ah, the drone came extremely close to the driver. That's a very beautiful shot. It's a beautiful shot. Nicely done there. Yellow flags go. Going through such an obstacle course with your memory, it's no easy task. That is for sure. It's pretty evident over there. If you happen to just run the same course in your mind after seeing 3-4 drivers taking 2 runs, if you can do it, then you should take part in slalom. It's that challenging and that interesting. Ah, look at that. All the way from Chilbay, coming into the slalom obstacle course. At the capable hands of a killer, drone pilot. All right, we have the next driver ready to go. Same driver once again. Let's see what I was told. Let's go. Ah, there we have another drone cut, another drone shot. Beautifully done. Look how the drone blades throw some dust in the air. Look at that dust. Because these drones blow a very interestingly intense wind underneath. It's so dusty. The slalom circuit has become after getting dried and of course getting dust blown from the dust kept on getting blown from the autocross track where the cross karts are run. There he goes for the second run. There's a new driver. Each gets 2 runs. Or is that the end of it? That's the end of the stint for him. Unfortunately, we cannot identify the drivers here. The next drive is off. This drone shot seems very interesting and entertaining, doesn't it? Oh, he almost nudged that cone. There you go. right-hander. Comes back for the 90-degree left-hander. He needs to go back once again and go down the base. Enter that box. Exit clean. That was a clean run so far. Ah, he clipped a cone and the yellow flag goes as soon as they make a mistake. One demerit. When they make an error, the yellow flag goes up. Just completed the Z layout and back to the parking slot. First run is done. You see on screen we have picture-in-picture spectators eagerly looking and enjoying themselves out here on a sunny Saturday, while the endurance is also going on the main track. Asia's finest karting circuit is right here in your motherland, Sri Lanka. There you have 27 countries participating today. That's from India. And India will be facing Pakistan tomorrow on the Asia Cup finals. I'm sure they will be very, very interested to finish things early and get back to their hotels or the apartments, wherever they stay, to witness their big battle with the Pakistan cricket team. The next card is out. A little bouncy because it's not a purpose-built surface for karting. It's a car park. Previously, there happened to be a mattress factory. Karting Slalom 2025 Asia Pacific Motorsports Championship 2025 happening here in Sri Lanka. Welcome back once again for Karting Endurance 2-hour race happening here on the International Circuit layout. An extremely challenging weather condition today. It's extremely hot out there, hot and dry, and quite humid. And these drivers have to have extremely good physique and endurance to keep driving as long as they can, allowed within the stipulated rules and regulations. We have 13 teams on track. 39 minutes more for the day to come to conclusion with the endurance. While the endurance is happening here on the main track, we have the slalom going on on the neighboring car park. On screen, what you see in purple is the fastest lap time recorded for the day, for the session, for this particular session. Oh, wow, look at that. That was a lovely move on the inside. There was a bit of a nudge on the side pods, but there are rails. These are Sodi karts, a very versatile, a very robust kart that is available on rentals and entry and intermediate level competitions. Mostly popular in Europe and in Dubai, now is available here at Sri Lanka Karting Circuit Bandaragama. Formerly known as Sri Lanka Karting Circuit Bandaragama, now is popularly known as Speedway by Pearl Bay. There we have lonely runners, but some drivers are actually taking it very entertainingly serious. Regardless of their position, they try to overtake and entertain the crowd. Here is an media. Unlike the good old days, we have multiple platforms to have digital traces of what you do on track. Could turn out to be beautiful memories as well as painful memories for some. Look at that track. Inaugurated in 2018 for IAMI X30 Asia Cup. Seven and a half years later, still holding on, showing how well it was made. The construction was absolutely fantastically done. There is a three-kart fight going on coming into the quadrangular section. That would be a very interesting battle to watch. And we are now moving on to the main stretch into the first corner, where usually most of the occurrences take place. They go through the quadrangular section right about now. This is where you have the brief pit straight. That's the first corner. Main stretch. First corner, once again. It's a very tricky, technical corner. It appears like of a knife edge. There are nicknames for certain sections of this track. The first corner is knife edge. You have the quadrangular section. You have a corkscrew. What you get, there's a similar corkscrew in Laguna Seca, and this is on the reverse. Laguna Seca is going left downwards, and this is coming right upwards through the parabol. That's a double right hand, I beg your pardon. Here we have the three-way battle going on. Can he make it on the inside? He makes it. Can he make it stick? Oh no. He looked into it, moved halfway through, but he could not carry enough speed to pass the kart. The outside kart had more pace to carry around. Therefore, he manages to keep his position. A very lonely battle for this driver. No competition whatsoever. Here we have the trio once again into the first corner. All right, so we have Karen with the crowd. And over to you, Karen. Tell us what's happening over there.
what's your name?
Michael De Silva.
Mikhail De Silva. Mikhail De Silva, how old are you?
8.
You're 8. So is it true that you're the youngest racer today?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. What school do you go to?
Italy.
Wycherley. That's an awesome school. So, APMC, are you excited?
Yes.
Yeah? So, do you think you can win? Yes? Very good. All right, so you like racing a lot.
Yeah.
How did you start? How old were you when you started?
6.
6. That's very small. All right, so all the best for the race. You'll do great. All right, lovely meeting you, Sid.
We're back with the endurance again. Karting endurance 2-hour race has 31 more minutes to go. This is better, this is easy, 2 hours. We have done 12-hour endurances here on this circuit in 4 strokes. And it has been ever so competitive. The light is still favorable. I'm sure it will hold up till about 6:15. What you're seeing is the elbow right-hander. It's a pretty tight corner. Going downhill there, but this is on the main stretch. Here we have the three-way battle once again. That's what's interesting, because these guys absolutely fight till the last lap, till the last corner, until the checker flag drops. There's a battle going on between two. Can we... That's a lonely battle for him. Another loner on the track. Card number 111. These drivers are decently distant, and here the three-way battle has turned into a duel there. Can the two drivers swap positions? That's the question. Or can they challenge the one in front? Going through the quadrangular section, if you get your line right, it's almost like a 3/4 of a circle. That's a right-hander for downhill run. It's going to be very quick down there prior to the chicane, and then that's the chicane. And then you have a double right-hander immediately climbing up. Look how they use their body in order to shift the weight onto the outer wheels so that it grips better and turns in. That's a technique that these young drivers master at a very young age during cadet time, and make use of it when they move up the ladder into junior and very much in the senior category. There we have a battle. Look how he leans on towards the outside of the wheels so that he creates more grip and a sharper turn. He can carry more speed that way without running off track. Ducking down to cut the wind and get each and every single advantage that driver can. Look, he's closing in on the lead driver. The driver in the luminous green suit right in front of him. Another duel going on here. Through the first corner, not close enough. There's a third party. Can he join the battle up? He's been chased as well. Oh, look how close he has come. Can he make his move onto the first corner? Oh, look how beautifully done. That's how you race, my dear viewers. Beautifully executed, nicely planned. He bought his time, took 3 laps, lined himself up, built the speed, and he built enough momentum, and he took it when it mattered most. Look at that. Wonderful, wonderfully executed drive. Awesome. Card number 510. Basically sitting duck there. He cannot do anything about it. Beautiful orange helmet and a nice pink and blue race suit. I love how these guys choose their colors. Fantastic, fantastic move there. So that was card number 505. Oh, look at this purple helmet. Unlike the old days where everything was boring white or black, now the drivers invest pretty much into their safety gear and make it stylish as well. That's encouraging. That's the downhill portion of the track. The chicane. The double right-hander. 25.5 minutes more. Ah, look at that luminous suit. That driver is falling back because he's already seen his competitor constantly attacking past him, and now he's flying away. Look the way he leans his body weight and getting more grip and hence carrying more speed around. That's a beautiful tactic for the youngsters to learn through the chicane. Uphill, double right-hander. See how sharp he turns and he apexes perfectly. That is very encouraging to watch. Oh, another 3-way battle. I would love to stick there if the camera can give me that shot. Ah, look at that. The purple helmet we talked about it a lap and a half ago. Did the same exact maneuver, lined himself up, carrying more speed and taking that driver over. Nice. Beautiful overtake. Very cool drivers we see around here. Oh, here we have. The purple driver seems to be, purple helmet is pulling away. I cannot, unfortunately, give you the names of these drivers because it's too tiny on the screen and I cannot read. So, tomorrow I hope to join from the Ops Team 1, from the OB Bus 1. So, we will have more information and bigger screen to bring you better information. Today's day 1. And we learn from our little shortfalls, and we will give you, oh, look at that, look at that, look at that battle. That is what I'm talking. That's what karting needs to be. A fighting spirit needs to be seen on every single lap. That's where the spectators get entertained. Look at that, coming through the quadrangular section. When you keep the steering wheel at a certain angle, the car does a perfect 3/4 of a circle. Here, there we have the pink suit with the purple helmet, pink and purple. The favorite colors of most of the young girls who are in their, not even their teens. That's my daughter's favorite too, pink and purple. Ah, look at that. Look at the gap he has pulled, about 10 cars space after attacking his driver. He's building momentum. Look at that. This guy knows what he's doing. And he's doing a fantastic job, I'll tell you. Oh, here we have the purple helmet is also pulling away. And the white helmet driver, that's card number 506, is under threat from 517. 22 minutes more. It's becoming extremely interesting. Oh, there you have one beautiful battle between black and white. That's a nice maneuver. But can the white helmet come back? No, because the driver who attacked him into the corner, oh, look at that. He's taking it back. That's a classic move we've seen before. That's a classic move we've seen before as well. You take me on turn 1, and I'll take it back on turn 3. Thank you very much. That's a good fighting spirit going on. Once again. Oh, look at another duel. Oh, look at that. That one is pulling away, creating enough gap. Oh, look at that card number 505. Ducking down. Pink and blue suit, orange helmet, and a sort of a turquoise liveried Sodi cart. A lot of beautiful colors, unlike the good old days boring black and red or black and blue. A lot of colors being added into the sport. That's certainly by the drivers and also the designers of carts, helmets. Look at that. Look at that. That's being very precise, planning and executing every lap to this last letter, to the letter T. Extremely and carefully executed plan for that. Card number 505. Oh, that one is pulling away. When you attack a driver and you get overtaken once more into 2 corners, driver's mentality and the mental condition drops a bit. That's where the drivers are tested for their temperament. Here we have a 3-way battle, or is it going to be a 2-way battle plus 1? We'll find out. We have 19.5 minutes remaining. The race is becoming extremely attractive. Ah, that's a 2-way battle. Here he comes. How has he closed up the gap? He was at least 5 cars behind, and now he's up on the bumper. This guy knows what he's doing. Throws his cart over the curb there. You should not be attacking curbs too much. That'll unsettle your balance. Aha! Look at this battle. Amazing. Oh, will he or a she, I cannot recognize from this distance. Nevertheless, can the driver come back on that? Things are getting very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, over here at the Asia Pacific Motorsports Championship 2025 in Sri Lanka, happening here at Speed Bay by Pearl Bay, formerly and belovedly known as SLKC, Sri Lanka Karting Circuit, which was inaugurated in 2018. This particular brand new layout, which made it the finest karting circuit in the country, in the world, and of course the only purpose-built karting circuit in the country, thanks to the vision of the veteran racer and the legendary racer, Sri Lanka's first internationally celebrated racing driver, Mr. David Pires himself. I'm sure he must be watching on from either from the paddocks or the restaurant, or maybe from the Center Island grandstand. Beautiful battle going on. And after David Pires, we saw Romani De Silva in the international racing in Malaysia. We saw Dylan Thamalagam taking it to the extreme heights. Then came another Pires. That's a Sean Pires, who's the chairman of David Pires Racing and Leisure. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure he's somewhere around there. And then we still have someone who learned his racing ABCs from this very circuit on the older layout, started on Bambino, moved into cadet karting, and it's none other than Yvonne David. I'm sure he will be joining us at least on expert commentary tomorrow. Yvonne David, busy young man, quite handsome one now. Oh, look at that. That's a chance. Oh. All right, here we have. He has another driver on his side. 16 more minutes to go. How many laps this young man in this orange helmet would take in order to attack the one in front? He is making everything in his sight pray once he has them on his sides. Beautiful, beautiful driving. Another duel once again. Black and white helmet. What's going on? These guys keep changing their positions, keep attacking each other. Yin and Yang, black and white, reminds me of the Kung Fu symbol, Yin and Yang. We have a lot of drivers from Chinese Taipei, Hong Kong, where Wushu is #1 martial art. Kung Fu, some say. Here we have Yin and Yang, I would like to call it. Comes through the chicane, double right-hander, uphill. Can he make it work? He's on the inside. Nah, not this time. Oh, he leaves the track momentarily there. That's a very tough piece of track. It's built wide. Actually, this track has been planned so meticulously with the greats like Richard Lim, Aaron Lim, Eshan Pires, David Pires. All the pros got together in designing this track. And we must also remember Niroshan Pereira. He was the president of Ceylon Motorsports Club back then. He contributed a lot. Here we have. He's looking for his spray right in front. But it had pulled off, or has he taken him over? Looks like he has. Ah, look at this duel. Look at this duel. This is going to be very interesting into the first corner. Oh, we lost it there. We lost to the camera. That's fine. Maybe next time. Oh, there we have. Yin and Yang coming downhill to the chicane. It's going to be a constant battle with the black at back on the bumper. Oh, this is the duel I was talking about. Pink and blue. A colorful battle. Oh, comes on the outside. Can he make it work? Oh. There we have, once again, downhill chicane. The pink in front. Can the blue make it work? Looks like Pink Panther's pink to me. And when I see pink and purple, only one person comes to my mind. That's my dear Sonaya. A big shout out to her if she's watching from home. Oh, Yin and Yang, the black and white duel. Turquoise cards. Beautiful colored racing suits. Nice helmets, personalized. This black guy keeps following through. Oh, look at that. Side by side. Nah, that's not a place to overtake on this track. It's extremely dangerous there. The pink is still in front, goes through to the quadrangular section. This is somewhere you have an opportunity. Nevertheless, you can build up speed going into the downhill section of the track. Can Pink keep the pace? That's the track we are talking about. That's the piece of track downhill. It has a massive elevation change. I remember when we were building it up, Mr. Pires took his Discovery 4 uphill, and it had to put some effort to go uphill. That is the level of elevation change of that downhill section. So you need to be extremely careful. Comes now the black and white duel. What's going to happen? He comes, takes a peep on the inside, but he never has or never carries the speed, or he's a little hesitant to overtake the one in front. Perfect harmony going over there, unlike in racing. Oh, side by side, not enough. He looks towards his right, but doesn't make the maneuver stick. Oh, that's a good one. Black uphill, but he's on the outside line. Ah, we lost that battle there. We are back with the... Oh, look at that. 3 carts a breath. Nudging, bumping going on. That is not very, very ethical though. But I love the fighting spirit. 4-way party that is. There are latecomers to the party that's going on. Oh, the white takes once again. And look at that black. Oh, that is a beautiful drive. That's what we call racing. Whether it's endurance or sprint, you need to show your might and spirit on the track. Can he now keep it? Is the big question. I would like to go for the 4-way fight. There seems to be another driver interested in their fight, joining the party right about now. Look at that. The black helmet is building momentum, building pace, and going uphill, building up a decent gap to the driver who's in the white helmet. It looks peace and calmful with golden sun rays falling onto the track. In about half an hour, it will be twilight. Oh, there we have purple and the pink. Oh, that is not the route to take. That's the sand trap. You could have got trapped out there. You should not try that. It's very dangerous. Dangerous as in you're only going to lose out. These are 4-stroke carts, so it will be less dangerous than a 2-stroke. If a 2-stroke took that path, God knows what would happen next. Karting endurance, last 10 minutes in operation. The driver is safe. Oh, the third driver is gesturing about bumping. He's gesturing onto his left side pod, probably to say that he was T-boned or nudged. We would find out later. Nevertheless, there's some pieces are appearing to have disengaged from the cart. The one in the white helmet. Oh, look at that. Now that's his turn. But look at that car in front, parking nicely without leaving space. Goes downhill through the chicane. Oh, here we have on the inside uphill. Can he make it work? He has done it side by side, nudging and brushing. Interesting final 10 minutes going on here at the Bandaragama Speed Bay on the international circuit of 1,200 meters of competition distance. Beautiful, beautiful, amazing moments at the final moments of karting right here for the day. Saturday. This is the final bits and pieces of the event. Oh, another nudge. Will the marshals take an interesting look at that? Bit more force. He or she would have T-boned that cart and sent it off track. The third player constantly keep on gesturing. Oh, he's extremely close. Oh, the drivers are gesturing towards the pink suit for constant nudging and brushing. Two drivers complaining of the same thing. Marshals will take an interesting look at that after the race, I believe. Final 8 minutes. We would want some battle. Look at that helmet. That's beautiful, isn't it? Oh, that battle has not ended. Here comes. Can he or she make it work? Oh, there was space on the inside. The blue suit seems to be carrying enough speed. He or she needs to make that maneuver perfected to work in his favor, in his team's favor. This is a very interesting battle going on. The pink helmet manages to keep the lead so far. Ah, look who's joining the party. A white helmet, and here we have the orange helmet also joining in. It's a four-way party now. Could be anybody's game. Four-way fights. Better, more the merrier. Better late than never. Oh, he or she has become isolated on track. Another one. Constantly gesturing towards the marshals or the team. Oh, look at that. That's a four-way fight. Beautiful. Beautiful if you can get a drone shot. Pursuing this pack of four, it's going to be absolutely marvelous. Lovely, lovely combat going on. And look who has broken through. The orange helmet seems to be carrying more speed while these three are fighting each other. Oh, that is that guy we were talking about. Orange helmet, pink and blue suit. He has something up his sleeve. He knows exactly what to do and at what time to do. And he keeps pulling away. And it has become a three-way fight again. Few isolated drivers scattered around the track. But we love where the battle is. Last 5 minutes. Look at that beautiful sunset. Going right over Valgamalay. Ah, here we have the three-way party. Looks on the inside. Not enough speed to take it on. Oh, is that a nudge? Three cars abreast. Bit of a nudge. Ah, the white goes through. The white and red helmets goes through. The pink is sandwiched. And can the blue also attack? The pink has had his or her share of fun for the last 10-12 minutes. This is the final 4 minutes, dear viewers. You're watching us live on Ceylon Motorsports Club Race Channel. And the production is brought to you by Pit Pass with some vibrant, wonderful camera angles. And we are witnessing Asia Pacific Motorsports Championship 2025, Sri Lanka. Look at the beautiful sun rays captured by the camera. Very picturesque track compared to many in the world. One of a kind. Three-way battle is still on. They are getting distanced a little. Final 3 minutes. And the blue-suited driver constantly keep on gesturing. I wish one day karting also gets their communication, so it will be like F1 complaining and shouting back at the pit wall and complaining against each other, trying to manage and control the race from the seat. Doesn't happen in karting yet. Nice and easy. That's the name of the game. endurance. Nevertheless, fighting spirit has not been lost among these drivers. That is what is commendable today. That is pretty much noticeable. Final 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes to be precise. By 5:55, everything will be done and dusted. Car number 505. Car number 505, the leading kart. The driver who took every little skill and practice to the track, who kept on gaining and gaining and gaining. Final 1.5 minutes, 90 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. This, we have our race leader. Oh, there's a duel going on up corkscrew. Through the parabolica, we have a duel going on to the final minute, final stretch. A beautiful drone shot to give the final wrap up for the day. 50 seconds more into the session. 99 laps done so far. Here we have our race leader, car number 505. Final 30 seconds right about now. 30 more seconds to go. That's about a half a lap or a little less. The race leader will be taking the final lap, and when the checkered flag comes down, game over for everyone. No more competition going on, it seems. No attacking. Everyone is trying to stay where they are. 3 minutes, 3 seconds, 2, 1, and the checkered flag is down. The leader takes the checkered flag, car number 505. Checkered flag goes off. A wonderful final 50 minutes of action, ladies and gentlemen. And that marks the end for the day. And we will see some interesting replays if it comes up. And do not forget, we will be back with you tomorrow with a live coverage and much more exciting events happening here. Kart racing, slalom, autocross, gymkhana. There's a lot happening here and tomorrow. Beautiful aerial view of Valgama Lake karting circuit. That's the action replay of the start of the endurance. Look how many karts are in. About 7 at least. Yes, it is. 7 it is. That's one exciting moment. Very peaceful and patient maneuver. That is awesome. Awesome, isn't it? Not enough space though. And there comes another one. Purple helmet. Look how he sneaks through. Beautifully done. That's some isolated shots. Highlights for the day. That's the pit stop. Beautiful event today. Among a lot more exciting races that happened with the X30s, two-stroke engines. Look at that maneuver. Awesome, isn't it? That is very well planned and executed. Double overtake there around the first corner. Look at how this guy drives. He leans outwards, create more grip on the outer wheels, hence carry better cornering speed and traction. He has the adhesion taking place on the outside of the wheels, and he can sharp turn in. That's another beautiful move between yin and yang, we used to call them. The gestures. Another one. Bit of a nudge there. And a double overtake, was it? Checkered flag. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, that marks the end of day one at Asia Pacific Motorsports event. Okay, let's look at the scorecard. 505 AMS Kyrgyzstan. That is the Kyrgyzstan driver. He has completed 100 laps. 510 Nafku Uzbekistan. And Chinese Taipei third. Team Pakistan fourth. CMSC Team 1 fifth. CMSC Team 2 sixth. That is from Sri Lanka. If you didn't know. 6 teams. 13 cards. That's a wonderful, wonderful run. Congratulations to Team AMS Kyrgyzstan, card number 505. The pink helmet and the blue and pink suit, the final runner. That's bits and pieces of the views coming from Pearl Bay. So that is going to mark the end of a wonderful Saturday, a meaningful Saturday here at Bandaragama Speed Bay by Pearl Bay. And that marks the end of day one of Asia Pacific Motorsports Championship 2025. And dear viewers, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back with you with the live coverage. Much more exciting news and events happening tomorrow on Sunday. And we will be back with you shortly. Until then, adios amigos. Have a pleasant evening. Good night. Cut.